We're gonna spin around, add some fuel, and we can hit control, hold control, and click over, and it'll allow you to fill the container up and you don't have to drag and drop. Now we're gonna just light the fire, right click, prepare food. We can now make fried codfish, herring, salmon, trout, and that's it. Select fried codfish. We're gonna craft those out, and then we're gonna walk it down the line to make us some food. Craft, mass produce, because we wanna make everything that we possibly can out of the inventory that we have. So it's gonna be 2 on the codfish. Now we'll select the fried herring. We can make 3, craft, mass produce. Cooking on the campfire increases your nature's lure. It doesn't affect your actual cooking tab. We won't do that until we get way up here and we're able to cook on. Actually, I'm gonna escape that because I want to show you something while we have this tab open. Let's escape out of this crafting action. Let's take a look at our food. Here we have a complexity 2 food because that we had 2 materials used in the crafting action. We have a quality 26, quality 37, 42, 41, 44, and 38. I always start with my lowest, so I know that we're never gonna eat anything lower than 26 ever again. We're gonna eat. Now that we've eaten, we're gonna click over to the stat tab. You see this food quality? That is a multiplier that as the higher complexity, higher quality food you eat will increase this multiplier. That multiplier will multiply the amount of XP that you're getting from every crafting action. So ideally, you want to get that up as high as possible. And we want to eat a variety of food. We ate fried codfish. Let us eat fried herring. Okay, now you see that the multiplier ticked up to 0.6. We're gonna want to be conscious of a variety of food, quality of food, and complexity of food. We're gonna be stuck at complexity 2 for a while, but we definitely want to have a variety of food. So now we also have fried salmon. We can go ahead and eat that. As you can see, our hunger is at 69. We want to get that up, and we want to keep it up above 94 at all times. So now we can finish our crafting action here, prepare food. Now our skill level multiplier here is at 0.9. We're gonna gain more XP from crafting the remainder of this fish. Fried salmon, craft and mass produce. Slide this over. Now we'll be able to see over here that we're gonna tick a little bit higher on our nature's lure because that's what's being affected by us cooking this. And as you can see, we have 3 salmon left. So what happened? Add some fuel. We ran out of fuel. Luckily we have this, and this is the reason why I brought this log up here, because I didn't want to saw out all the billets and disturb our inventory here. The amount of inventory that you can carry is actually affected by this stat. I always like to have mine a little bit higher. Strength is where it needs to be for me for right now. So if you want to lock it and don't allow it to accumulate anymore, you can just left click it. That's going down. I don't want it to go down. So now I locked it. It won't receive any more points. Agility, I'm going to want that to go up higher. Constitution affects your overall health, and intellect, extra skill points available. I don't need intellect to be astronomically high, so I want to downgrade that. So I'm gonna leave that arrow down. Anytime that it would increase, it will actually decrease. Or if everything else is capped out, it'll start pulling the points from intellect. So this is a good adjustment here for now. I'm gonna exit out of that. We have 5 billets. Escape out of that. Spin around, add some fuel, hold control, left click, fire it up, prepare food. Go back down to our salmon and craft that out. And now that we have notice of our hunger bar, the skill multiplier with the food, when that hits 94, we're gonna wanna bump it on up because then we can eat again. I'm gonna escape out of that because I do wanna eat. We ate salmon last. So now we want to eat some fried trout. Let's eat that. Look at our stat multiplier. It's going to go up to 1. Boom. Now we're increasing that, and we want to stay focused on that. So we got to be very cautious about what we eat, and we got to maintain a variety. We can finish crafting this out. Now we have a stat multiplier of 1. I think it goes all the way up to 10. So you'll get 10 times more out of each action by focusing on your food variety and quality. Variety, quality, complexity. And this is why I love this game. There's so much to process. Each action matters, and I'll never stop playing. We're done crafting everything that we can craft. Here we would extinguish our fire. We're good on food. Now we're gonna shift back over to I with our inventory open. Hit P. We're gonna put our shovel back on. We're about to start terraforming. We're gonna need to make some inventory containers here in a second, but I want to begin our terraforming tutorial. F3. I love having F3 on, especially during night because it lights up the ground. And what I'm trying to do is check out our elevations here to get an idea how we're gonna need to terraform this for flat surfaces. This is 52.9. This is 53.6, 53.7. Okay, I think 52 will be a good number to run with at a flat surface. So what we can do is right click and use shovel. We're gonna lower the ground. You'll notice that it only is going to do it one time. I'll show you where that infinity symbol comes into play here. Escape that, because apparently it was on infinity symbol. Right click, use shovel, lower ground, it's on the infinite symbol. Now, if I were to raise ground, it would pull out any dirt that's in my inventory one time. If I did it infinitely, it would pull all the dirt out of my inventory that it has infinitely until it meets that logic. But we want to lower the ground. We want to get this down to 51.9 actually, because I want the general area to be flattened at 52. And I'll tell you why 51.9, because we're going to pave it. And when you pave something, when we acquire stone, it's going to bump it up 1/10 of a point. Okay, we are overburdened, but we can still walk right now. The system will let us know when we can no longer carry anything else. So we're gonna just keep digging until it tells us we can carry no more. Okay, so it told us twice, you cannot take that, you are overburdened. And now what I want to do, so you see these areas that are already at 51.9, we'll start running off of these and we're going to start dropping the soil, but we're going to be efficient about it. I want to break these up. If I drag and drop this out of my inventory, it's going to take 30 soil from here. That will elevate the ground to 51.9 by 1/10. However, if I shift and I break this up into 15 stack, that will also raise us 1/10 and reduce the amount of actions that it's going to take. 51.9, reduce the amount of actions that it'll take to raise it, and we can spread it out more and have to dig less. So I'm just going to type in 15. What we can do, Control C and copy that. Okay, and there are auto splitters, auto sorters. There's all sorts of mods for this game. I'm running totally vanilla with the exception of the tweaks that we made in the setting. So shift, left click, double click in here, Control V, and we're gonna just run with this. It's already at 51.9 here. Need to elevate this one 4/10 of a point. So that's gonna be 4 stack of 15. Okay, now I'm just gonna drop these out until I get to 51.9, and then we'll continue that all the way around. When it gets daylight, we'll venture out further. We'll get into some other aspects of the game. So in this series, we're gonna bounce around a lot. That way it doesn't get monotonous, repetitive, and always doing one particular thing. And then back over here until we get this area down to 51.9, and we can actually start here. Lower that ground, 51.9, and then we'll just start walking it out in a series. All right, we're at 51.9. We're going to continue further at 51.9 here. Let's go this direction. And you see, that's the default task. Right click it. I was looking for materials. As of right now, since I'm doing a repetitive task, I do want to lower it always until I don't. So I'm going to right click that to make it my default task. That way, when I left click it, I will always lower it. We'll lower this down to 51.9. When I play this game, I do try to be efficient. So while she's digging, I can go ahead and start splitting. So I'm overburdened, I can't take anymore. And also, I forgot when I hit 94, I could have eaten again. So my stat multiplier will be affected by that. I need to eat as soon as I hit 94. And we need to organize our inventory. This is a bane of all MMOs. inventory. When it becomes daylight, we'll actually have some areas that we can flatten, and I'll go out and we'll grab some stone, come back, pave these areas. Then we'll start crafting out some inventory item containers. But first, I want to get this inventory organized, put all our tools up at the top, fried salmon here, line them up. Do not stack them because it will affect your quality. And then we'll put them in a row, then we'll reorganize the quality and eat them in a very particular order. Okay, so now that we got an order here, we can take a look at these rows. That's 44, 40, 25. Honestly, I may just scrap that all together. And that's 26. We can just put that up there, keep that out of the way. That's 41, 34, 40, 44. Ooh, we're gonna bypass this 26 stuff. 37. All right, so we are gonna put this back in rotation because I'm gonna keep this stack because it's 37, but it's the only stack we have. So we'll just eliminate any of the 20. And there's not many of this item, so I'm not going to eliminate any of these. Now, as I told you before, this series is going to be very dense. It's going to seem boring. For the most part, I'm doing it for the individuals that have been watching these videos as of late, my live versions, and we'll continue with this series because I enjoy playing this game. The community is awesome, and I would imagine that most of those people that have been watching these videos are indeed old players, and if they are new players, well, guess what? The new players will now know how to play this, and hopefully you guys get just as addicted to it as those old school players are. All right, that's already in order. So we stay in flow, we're just gonna eat fried salmon again, run down and alternate as we go. Now we're at 1.1. That's even better. Okay, we are overburdened, so we need to start dropping the soil as daylight so we can go out. I don't like running around at night until we're able to defend ourselves, so we need to elevate this area by 6 points. So we'll start dropping that. We need to split this at 51.9. Let's get this one to 51.9. In this area here, we're gonna start running into the issue of gravity and physics in the game. So let's go over here and I'll explain it when it starts sliding. Right now we are affecting our artisan skill. All right, now we have eliminated a lot from our inventory, and in order to further eliminate items, I want to start paving out some of these areas to make them flat so we can begin our inventory control system. We're going to run down here and look for us some rock. See where that rock is. Right click the ground. We're going to inspect. I'm pretty sure this is rock. It is rock. So it's quality 10. If it were a higher quality, I would opt to go with something else because we're just paving. We are going to need our pickaxe for this. We no longer need our torch because it's becoming daylight. So I'm gonna hit P. I want to keep my shovel, so I don't want it to randomly choose itself. We'll swap out the torch and the pickaxe. Now that our pickaxe is equipped, we're gonna start mining this tile, and we gotta be directly adjacent to it. We can't be diagonal to it. Right click, and we're gonna dig tunnel downward. We're gonna dig it downward one time. We'll wind up creating a mine here. We're gonna do a lot of paving. So now you can see we've wound up with rock that we're gonna pave with. And our default action is dig tunnel downward, and we're just gonna keep digging it down. Okay, we're gonna follow through with this task. And our food is at 94. We're gonna go to our inventory. The last thing we ate was salmon. Now we're gonna eat a different food, which is why I have them organized like this, to keep our stat multiplier going up, improve. Now on our skill tree, here what we're affecting is going to be under digging right here. We're at 29. As soon as we hit 30, it's going to open up mining. We're overburdened. We can't take any more. We already have our hammer equipped. We're overburdened, so we're going to run really slow. Standing adjacent, we're going to pave this tile. With your hammer equipped, we're going to right click the ground, build a stone road. And as of right now, I want that to be my default task. Right click, build. And it's gonna take 30 rock. If you ever dig the rock up, it's only gonna give you back 15. Okay, we can't yet flatten this tile. And a flattened tile will feel differently when your character is on it, when a horse is on it, when you're riding. Once you flatten it, it will actually allow you to move faster and build on it. Here, it's not flat, it's just paved. We're gonna spin around and we're gonna pave this side, build that stone road. It's our default task. As long as we have stone, we can always left click on that tile at 51.9 because we're going to flatten it. Tiles adjacent to each other can be flattened if they're at the same elevation. So without moving, we're going to flatten that area because we have our shovel equipped. We're going to right click, use shovel, and we're going to flat ground. You can only do it once anyway. So now this one will be flat. You'll see the difference. There we go. It is now flattened and we will move faster on it. Use flatten ground. And now these are the model to beat. They are the flattened tiles that will begin the foundation for our base. Build stone road, and we'll just continue this through. So this area wasn't lowered to 51.9. I wasn't able to flatten it. So now it's at 51.9. I can build the stone road and now flatten it. And then what we'll do is we'll just work our way out, maybe in concentric circles, and just keep running around until we get to the edge. Oh yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, we no longer have 30 rock here. We're gonna do one more run with the rock and then move on to another task, which is we're gonna build out our inventory is what we're gonna do. I got sidetracked there for a second because what I do need to do is I need a very specific spot that we always return to mine, but I don't want it to be in the way long term because we'll have to wait for the ground to heal once we penetrate it. We're gonna dig that tunnel forward, make that our default task so we can just keep clicking left click. And our hunger is below 94. Eat again. I think we're on the fried trout now. Take a look at that stat multiplier. Okay, we sustained. It had more to do with the quality because we definitely had a variety and the complexity was the same. All right, we can no longer take any more. We'll remember that tile 46.2 right now. Keep trucking along. We're gonna pave this area, flatten that tile, and then actually we'll walk it that way. Then eventually we'll claim this area, and then that's a whole nother ball game. I did turn my decay off because it's gonna take us a bit to get to that point. All right, now you see the substantial difference in these tiles around here. We're gonna have to build these up to 51.9 with drop dirt. That's gonna take a while. I'm not gonna do that at this current time, but you can see the logic of it and how we would continue forward and what we need to do. We're gonna have to lower this down to 51.9 and we'll start running it back that way. I do appreciate you joining the channel. Thank you for watching. This is an old school game that I love to play, and according to my analytics, you guys have been watching my old streams on it, so I felt like putting together a series was properly edited and truncated to a point that it eliminated all the unnecessary rote tasks that are very repetitive in this game.